Hi. So just a quick tutorial on how to make this bonnet. I know it's probably the third bonnet tutorial because I had a lot of comments from you guys saying I didn't give out measurements on the first tutorial, so I'd like to do that. I'd like to give measurements and also make it fit to your size, and then it's very simple. I'll just show you, but you don't need to add this if you don't want to. So I'm gonna measure my head, not the circumference but half. So by that I mean I'm gonna take your tape measure and put it, well, I have eyebrow drawn here, but around here, like, I guess not eyebrow, maybe cheekbone, right here to the other cheekbone, like so. I have about 15, and then I chained about 55 with medium weight yarn and 5mm hook. I wrote the things we need, what we're gonna need for this tutorial on just in the description. But so you want to chain the chains and then stretch a little bit, and then that becomes 15 inches for me. That's my baby though. I have to go. Okay, where was I? So I chained up 55, and then I stretch it out a bit, and that's 15 inches, and then that's from my cheekbone to cheekbone. So I'll show you. So like stretch it out, that fits just fine. And then so okay, now if you want you can chain 2 as the tuning chain, but for this foundation chains I'm not gonna do that. I just chained up 55. So you're going to want to put a double crochet in the 3rd chain. That's my baby again. I think she's okay. She is okay. And then make a double crochet in every stitch. I mean into every chain. So I'm making double crochet all the way across, and we're going to make this same thing, like one row of I made, like, so that's gonna be I'll have 53 double crochets, and then I'm gonna chain 2 and turn, and then make 14 rows of that, but I'll tell you why I have that amount. So I just finished making 1 double crochet into every chain, and I have 53. My head circumference is about 22 inches or so, and then cheekbone to cheekbone. Yes. Now after you have all that, you want to chain 2 and turn your work. And basically what I do, what I said earlier, to make 14 rows, or the height from your neck to like right here. That's 14 rows for me. And then we're going to build up the head, top of the head area. So yeah, that's how I got the measurements, how I got 14 rows. If you have a bigger head or smaller head, make sure to adjust to your size as you go. I also forgot to mention that chain 2, this chain 2 that we chained before starting a new row, it does not count, they do not count as a stitch. So make sure you are putting the first double crochet. So after chaining 2, the first double crochet goes into the first stitch, not the second loop. Okay, I have finished my 14 rows. And it looks like a big rectangle. I'm gonna try it on and see if it fits. And it does fit. Now we're actually going to have this stitches divided by 3. So I have 53 stitches, and that's 17.6 if I divide that by 3. And I will round that down, so I have 17. So I'm going to count 17 on both sides, right here, and put a stitch marker into that stitch and go to the other side. You can actually cut this yarn, by the way, I forgot to tell you that. So chain 2 and cut. So we just have a rectangle. Now I'm going back to the other side and count 17. So why do I have this number is because we are going to try this on. And you see, it's the middle part of the head, I guess that's how you call it, or top part of your head. And we're going to build this part. So to do that, we need that number. And now we have a rectangle with 2 stitch markers. Now connect your yarn into the first stitch marker. I like to connect it by thread it through and then tie a knot twice so that it's more secure, in my opinion. We are going to double crochet all the way until this stitch marker, and we're going to put the last double crochet into this stitch marker where it's connected to, the stitch marker is connected to, into this stitch. Okay, so I made the last double crochet into this stitch marker. You can take your stitch markers out now. Now chain 2 and turn and put a double crochet into every stitch. So we're just basically going to do this until this little part meets this side. You see. So in my calculation, I need 9 rows. So I'm going to make 9 rows and we'll see how it goes, and let's, yeah, do that. So I'm almost done with the 9th row, and I'm going to chain 2 at the end and cut the yarn. Okay. Chain 2, cut. Now it looks something like this, with a rectangle and like a square. Looks something like this, and we're going to choose our right side. Whichever works. It's not a big deal, whichever. Yeah, so like this becomes top of the head, and then this is the side, becomes the side. We're going to slip stitch these sides together. So to do that, so before that, we make sure that the length meets the side. So I made 9 rows, and this is the 14 rows. And you put it to the side, and these meet. So now we're going to connect our yarn. If you like, you can put a stitch marker just so that you can connect these 2 panels with no like bumps. For example, like if you, let's see, I'll just do it. So I'm going to put this stitch marker here and another one in the middle. And now I'm going to connect my yarn right here. So this is going to become, so I'm going to connect my yarn here. It will become a bonnet like this. And this is going to be the wrong side. Like this. Okay, where was I? I think so. About the slip stitch part, it's been like almost 2 hours since the part where my baby cried, and yeah, I came back after 2 hours to record. But okay, so after you connect the yarn, so like I showed you earlier, connect the yarn here, stitch markers, and then it's up to you. If you want to use single crochet, you can, and either slip stitch or single crochet, both either way it will work out. So I'm just gonna do single crochet since I want to weave this in as I go. So single crochet, there's no specific like stitch that you need to work into. I'm just doing like this, and then once you get to the last stitch, you're gonna cut it. You're gonna cut the yarn, and then do the same thing on to the other side. So basically you're gonna connect your yarn here, single crochet or slip stitch these 2 parts together. Then I'll show you what to do next with the contrasting color for the borders. I single crocheted one side and I'm gonna do this side. Yep. And this is the wrong side, by the way. Okay, so I just finished making the single crochets to connect the parts together. Wrong side. So now we're going to flip it to the right side. So basically the base is done. We just need to add the borders. So to add the border, we are going to sew to make it more, how do you say, obvious? Not obvious, to make it more clear. So you wear it, and now you find the left side corner and pinch that corner and then put your hook in there, and now take the contrasting color. We are going to connect our yarn here. I always like to tie a knot twice for security, to make it more secure, I guess. Not security, to make it more secure. So like I said, left corner right here, and now we're going to put 1/2 double crochet in every stitch across. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, this is the neck border, by the way, neck part. So it will go like this and this way into this other side. I made it to the other side of the neck border. Now we're going to add the border around the face. So once you get to the other side, chain 1 and put a 1/2 double crochet on top of this 1/2 double crochet row, and then now we're going to make 3 1/2 double crochets into the side of these 2 double crochet rows. So let's see, I'll make 1, 2, it's getting dark here, and 3. So 3 1/2 double crochets into 2 double crochet rows, and then we're going to make it all the way to the other side here. Okay, and then once you get to the top parts, I mean like forehead part, you're going to make a 1/2 double crochet into every double crochet stitch, not skipping any stitches, and then I'll meet you back once I get to the other side. So put the last 1/2 double crochet on top of the 1/2 double crochet row and here. Now we are going to chain 40. 20, 30, 40. Now we're going to make a slip stitch into every loop there is in every chain. And once you get back to this side, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I've made it back to the bonnet. So now we're going to work around the face again, so we're not going back this way. By that I mean we're going to work back up, not around, because this part is done already. We're gonna work around the face again. So there's options. You can either make half double crochet in every stitch, excuse me, or you can add this stitch, chain stitch. Now just demonstrate how to do that. So you're gonna want to chain 5. My cat's messing around with this. Okay, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a slip stitch, skip 2 stitches and make a slip stitch. Chain 5. Skip 2 stitch and make a slip stitch into the next. Chain 5, skip 2, slip stitch into the next. It will look like this. So I'm just gonna do that all the way across until I get to the other side. I'm just going to do this, but you can just put half double crochet into every stitch if you want to. I'm making my last chain stitch, like arch, I guess, and make a slip stitch. Now, oops, we're going to chain 40 again. Ten, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and make a slip stitch all the way back up here. Okay, I made my last slip stitch. Now I'm going to slip stitch here, anywhere, like on the corner, and chain 2. Oops, I did it. Chain 2 and cut. So you're basically done with the bonnet. Weave in the ends, and thank you so much for watching. I'll show you. This is what I made during the tutorial. I'll weave this in later. But nice and cozy and warm. Thank you.